Hello and welcome to the Law of Attraction card reading. So I'm using the deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham. I've selected a few cards at random and I'll just be reading them and talking about a couple of points. So the first card is, I can turn a downward spiral upward. So if you ever find yourself spiraling downwards into negativity, you can turn that around. So, Esther Hicks says, as you focus on the best of what you do have, so focusing on what you do have in your life, even if it is only a small part of your experience, the law of attraction will now bring you more of the essence of that. So as you focus on the good stuff in your life and the things that you are grateful for and the things that you're thankful for, the universe then sends you more of that. And so you're then able to replace a downward spiral with a fast-moving upward spiral by simply directing your thoughts more to things that you do want. So the way to do that is just moving your attention towards things that you do want. And I heard someone say that, it was actually Sean Christopher Jenkins, he said that instead of bashing what you hate, focus on the things that give you joy and love. Focus on the things that you do love. So promote those things. That's what he was saying. He said, instead of bashing what you hate, promote what you love. And that's the way to do it. So I thought that was a really good concept. Okay, so the next card is, I am not in competition for well-being. So competition can serve you if it stimulates your desire, but it can be a disadvantage if it hampers your belief in succeeding. So basically, if competition is stimulating your desire, then that's a good thing. But if it's causing you to feel negative and making you feel bad and actually getting in the way of you actually doing some action because you're just feeling, I can't do anything because, there's, people are already doing it and they're doing it much better than me. And then in that essence, then it's actually holding you back. So in this unlimited universe, there is no need to compete for well-being, for your resources are unlimited. So basically, the universe is infinite, it's unlimited. So there is no competition for well-being, really. So just because you're feeling well doesn't take it away from anybody else, because there's just an abundance amount of it. So you may perceive a shortage, so you might perceive it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's reality, that it's true. But it would be of your own making, meaning that it's just in your mind that you're perceiving it, and that is erroneous. Okay, next card is the universal law of attraction defined. The law of attraction says, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. And while this may seem like a rather simple statement, it defines the most powerful law in the universe, the law that affects all things at all times, for nothing exists that is unaffected by this powerful law. So basically what it's saying is that the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. So basically like attracts like. So the more you think about positive things, the more then positive things will happen in your life. And if you're always dwelling in negativity and negative thoughts and, surrounding yourself with, negative people, then you're kind of going to draw more of that into your life. So, okay, next card. I will not attempt to control others' experiences. So this is a really good card to remind us that, the concept of stay in your lane and, how, you might know that something is, wrong and you might want to give your opinion about what someone else is doing. But if they're not harming anyone else and they're not harming themselves, then, we should just, keep our opinions to ourselves. But if what they're saying or what the information they're spreading is actually harmful, like physically or mentally harmful, then I do feel that you then have a right to, challenge that person because, as they say that for evil to persist, it takes good men not to say anything. So, as they say, silence is consent. So absolutely, I do think that, you should call out people that are spreading harmful, dangerous ideologies and information. And that's what we have to do in this world, have to challenge people that are spreading false, dangerous information. So you have to then use your own discernment, like, how dangerous is it? I mean, if it's like immediately physically dangerous, then yeah, you should absolutely challenge that. But let's go back to the premise of the card, which is just generally saying that I will not attempt to control others' experiences, which is, yeah, you don't really, interfere with other people's beliefs and ideologies. Let people do what, they want to do, as long as it's not causing any harm. And yeah, rather than trying to control the experiences of all others, which you cannot do no matter how hard you try. That's really true. It's like no matter how much you know something, if somebody rejects that thought or rejects that, theory or information, you just cannot put it into their brain. They just will keep rejecting it. Knowledge is really personal. Knowledge is only acquired when you do it yourself, when you embark on your own personal knowledge journey. So rather than trying to control the experiences of all others, which you cannot do no matter how hard you try, instead intend to control your own participation within those experiences. So we can't control what people are going to say and what people are going to do, but we can control what we're going to say and what we think and what we're going to do. We can only control ourselves. And by setting forth your clear image of the life you want to live, you will be guided in every moment toward a smooth and pleasant path for yourself. So sometimes, there can be a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world and, in other people's lives. But if we just focus on our own life and what we want to build and just, focus on aligning ourselves with the image of the life that we want, it kind of helps you to feel a bit more peaceful. And I heard someone say that, sometimes when, really, really crazy things happen, just see yourself as an observer, and that there is a window between you and, the crazy events that are taking place, and that you're just observing it. You're an observer, but you're not going to take part in it. You're not going to give your energy to it, and you're not going to participate in it. You're just observing it, but then you're just going to take your attention away from it and focus on your own life and focus on what you do want to create and manifest in your life. Okay, next card. I can create my world as I choose. You are here to create the world around you that you choose, which you allow the world as others choose it to be to exist also. So we all are sovereign beings. We all have, our own will that we were given by God. We all have, our own willpower, not willpower, sorry, we are freedom to choose. Free will, sorry, that's the word I'm thinking of. We all have free will, and that's given to us by God. That's our, gift. And so while we exercise our own free will, other people are allowed to do it as well. As long as, again, it's not breaking any natural laws. It's not breaking the laws of nature, not breaking universal laws that God has put into, this universe, into this world. So you always have that caveat. People can do whatever they want, they can believe whatever they want, but as long as it's not harming, anyone else, and or breaking any universal laws, and then they'll get it back to them, I guess, through karma. Okay, but while their choices in no way hinder your choices, your attention to do but while their choices in no way hinder your choices, your attention to their choices does affect your vibration and therefore your point of attraction. So while their choices, if they're not hindering your choices, if it's not impending on your free will, then by placing your attention to their choices and giving it energy, and you're like, oh, I really don't like you're kind of affecting your vibration, because you're not going to affect it anyways by, thinking about it, it's just going to cause you to get out of alignment and to cause you to feel all negative. So as they say, let people do what they want to do, as long as, again, it's not causing any harm to anybody else. But I mean, it's absolutely fine to have an opinion that, you don't agree with it, with what they're doing or what they're thinking or what they believe. But we can't really control other people. It's not really our job to do that. I mean, we can call it out and we can say that's erroneous, what they're thinking or what they're doing. And if it's causing harm, then yeah, absolutely call it out. But if you focus too much on it, I think it then causes you to feel really negative and it lowers your vibration energy. Okay, so I hope that was helpful and thank you so much for listening and have a good day or evening. Bye for now.